viewers, welcome on the 7 p.m. news on Reflets Afrique television. The Minister of Decentralization and Local Development, Georges Elanga Obam, has received a guide designed to serve as a roadmap in the preparation, negotiation, implementation and monitoring of decentralized corporations in Cameroon. The guide was handed by the Director of Good Governance Program of the institution, Wim Dekas, and was in collaboration with the German International Corporation GIS. During the second session of the Interministerial Commission for Decentralized Cooperation, which held on November 11, 2020, the Minister noted that the guide is a strategic, realistic document to be used in the acceleration of the democratic process in Cameroon. According to Wim Dekas, the elaboration of the guide is part of GIS' contribution to strengthen the capacity of prime decentralized stakeholders in the country. Member countries and donors will meet on November 16 and 17, 2020 in Paris for the financing of the 11th Integrative Project of the Central African Economic and Monetary Community CEMAC, under the high patronage of the President of the Republic of Congo, Sassou Nguesso. The meeting shall be held via a video conference, as all actors are expected to not be present due to the global coronavirus pandemic. The holdings are expected to put together 2,820 billion francs CFA from both public and private sector actors, aimed at finalizing infrastructures between the CEMAC countries. Before the holdings, CEMAC representative, led by the Minister of State Gilbert Ondogo, visited various development partners at the start of the year. Three Guinean opposition figures surrounded to the police on Thursday after being put on a wanted list for their alleged role in post-election violence. Police officers who were questioning Ousmane Gwalo Diallo and Abdoulaye Ba, both members of Guinea's leading opposition party, the UFDG, also arrested the party's Vice President Ibrahim Cherif Ba as part of a sweep targeting mainly opposition politicians and activists. At a press conference on Thursday, opposition leader Selou Diallo called for their immediate release. The arrest came after President Alpha Condé, 82, won a controversial third term after topping an October 18 poll with 59.5% of the vote. The country slipped into violence in the aftermath of the poll when UFDG leader 68-year-old Selou Dalien Diallo proclaimed himself victorious and alleged voter fraud. In reaction to the sad news of the decease of former President Jerry John Rawlings, the Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo has declared 7 days of national mourning and also promises that the government will work with the families. Within the 7 days, the national flag shall fly at half-mast all over the country. Jerry John Rawlings died at the age of 73 at the National Hospital in Accra, Ghana, after a brief illness. After winning the 1992 elections, he stepped down as the president in 2001 after serving 2 terms and continued to wield a strong influence in the country. He began his time in power as a committed socialist, but later introduced free market reforms. In later years, Rawlings campaigned for African nations to have their international debts written off. African presidents, among which are Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria and George Weah of Liberia, have extended their condolences to the country and family while stating that Africa has lost a great leader. And on to our sports page, the Indomitable Lions yesterday, November 12, 2020, defeated Mozambique by 4-1 in their qualifying match ahead of the 2021 African Cup of Nations AFCON Championship. In their 3 days outing, the win has given the Lions a comfortable 7-point lead in their group ahead of the upcoming AFCON Games. At the Reunification Stadium in Douala, coached by Antonio Conceição, the Lions dominated the match as they commenced by paying homage to all those who have lost their life due to the ongoing conflict in the northwest and southwest regions, specifically to victims of the October 24th massacre in the southwest region. The captain of the Lions during the game, Vincent Abubakar, scored 2 goals during their first half, while Clinton J and Zambo Ogosa scored 1 each in the second half. Though the match comes 22 years after the national team played in the reunification stadium, spectators were absent from the field due to the rising risks of the COVID-19 pandemic that's terrorizing the country. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying tuned with us to the end. The French edition comes up at 8 p.m. Stay tuned and do have a great weekend.